Abstruse beats.
What up, family? We're gonna go ahead and make a beat today. I don't know exactly how it's gonna turn out. It might suck, it might not suck, we don't know. So we're gonna get into it. Notice right here we have Omnisphere up, and I'm not really going to focus on any sound in particular because I can change the sound here in a little bit. But I have these keys, and I'm gonna build on these keys. So let me go ahead and get my metronome. I'm gonna go ahead and get it at I'm gonna go ahead and lower it down to 50 beats per minute. That's kind of slow, but I like working with it slow because I like having my choruses where I can change the words and it's not repeated all the time. So we're gonna do that. All right, so we got some nonsense. Let's see if we can make some sense about this nonsense. So obviously you saw that it's nothing hard, but I already had some keys that I was messing with that I'm going to try to add on to this. Earlier I had something in the neighborhood. Let's see what it was. It was obviously, I'm not doing anything hard. It's very simple. I started off with just one finger keys, and I did that simply for this tutorial to show that you don't really have to know too much about keys. You can find the keys as you go, and this is one way you can do it. So that's what I'm doing here. Obviously, it does take some time, but I will be editing this video so you don't have to go through the long process that I'm going through. But for me, I'm having fun. So let's continue on. Let's see what I can find in these last keys. There's a G. Okay. Well, it's gonna be something kind of tough because I don't really like to make really trap kind of sounding where it's real like scary and dark. I don't like to do that. I can and will, but I kind of like going with real smooth vibes and good vibes, and then bringing in like a dash of some mystery, not necessarily dark. But this sounds kind of both. It sounds bright, then it sounds dark. So I'm gonna try to see what I can do with it. Just right there. Let's see. Okay. Yes. If y'all hear that noise in the background, it's windy here today. So that's that noise. It's shaking. I'm not in the house. I'm in an outdoor shed type place. Okay, so we got something going there. We have something like you saw that I didn't go in, I didn't go in with multiple keys. I went in single keys right there. And so what I did was build. I found keys as I went, and then I changed it up because you can do that with these programs. So when you go in and you're making your beat, you don't necessarily have to know keys or know how to play the keyboard. You can go in and, like somebody like myself, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but, we're going to get it done. So let's continue on. We're going to keep on building on this here, on this beat. Now we're back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change the sound so I can get some more I don't know, some more inspiration, because right now it sounds slow and it sounds kind of, so I'm gonna see what I can do. And unfortunately, when I'm working, producing, I don't really talk a lot, and this whole thing with making beats on camera is something new for me. So bear with me, please. I apologize. Okay, let's go ahead and get back into it. I'm gonna go through some sounds. All right, I like that. Let's do this. Let's get some drums in here so we can, start getting, some kind of, I don't know, change it up a little bit to get where it doesn't feel like you're gonna fall asleep. Because I know y'all ain't trying to fall asleep, right? Y'all probably trapping, selling drugs and stuff, or at least that's what y'all think. So we can't do it with this. Y'all gonna be crying if I keep it like this. So let's see. Mm-hmm. All right. I just like to do this that way I can get a foundation, and that's what I'm doing. Because usually I'll start doing all kinds of crazy stuff once I lay vocals and got chorus down and everything like that. I'll mold the beat around what I'm doing in my lyrics. So I love to do that. So usually when I make a beat, I just make a foundation basically, like I'm doing right here. Got a kick and I'm gonna put a snare in here, and I don't get too critical about what sounds and all that, because I can change those sounds later. So like I said, I don't waste too much time going through sounds. Sometimes I do, but there's people, man, there's producers out there, they make real simple beats and they just go with it. And that's the whole point, is just going with it, not getting too critical, having fun with it. So you see, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna keep it simple and build around that. Keep it simple, stupid. That's what they told me, and I'm still stupid. And there ain't nothing gonna change that. I like to take my volumes down to about -20. And it gives me a lot of room once I come into the entire mix. And as you see, I got all my stuff broken down already, because once I started trying to sell my beats, people wanted them to be, stemmed out. So that's what I do now. I do it all individually. Whereas before, I used to like to just do it all together. It was so much simpler. But, make some sacrifices here and there for whatever reasons. So now I'm going to go back in this Omnisphere, and I'm going to turn down this keyboard. So now it's all leveled out a little better right there. Okay, I like that. Well, I've been here lately, like not even wanting to put hi-hats in my tracks, but I'm gonna do it right now just to do some crazy stuff and just to do it because I can. As a creator, producer, that's the fun thing. You are God in the sense that you're making this creation. Of course, I would never say I'm God, so I'm not gonna do that. But in creating, you make things how you want to make them, and yeah, so it's cool. So like I said, hadn't really been putting too many hi-hats and beats here. I think it was making of it was Alicia Keys and somebody else had made a track, and Alicia Keys made the comment that hi-hats can sometimes I forget the term she used, but they like you don't have no space, whereas without a hi-hats it creates all this space. And I thought that was a profound comment. She was right about it. Not that I'm gonna start doing everything like Alicia Keys, because I'm my own person, and I give a certain amount of respect to people, but we ain't kissing nobody's butt here. So we're gonna do some crazy stuff, and we're gonna just do it how we want to do it. That the hats are going from right to left. And why, you ask? Why would you do that, Lionel? Well, because I just like to do crazy stuff. And let's see, triplet grid. There you go. Yeah, I just like to do crazy stuff. And I don't know, I've always been into the hallucinogenic kind of stuff ever since I was young. And unfortunately, yes, I was doing a lot of drugs when I was a teenager. And I don't recommend doing drugs just to get some inspiration to be creative. You don't need drugs. And unfortunately, I didn't learn that until it was too late. But folks, I'm here. I'm alive. I'm drug free. I'm glad to tell you, I don't do any drugs no more. But I do remember, those zones I would go in whenever I was, out there. And so yeah, I still like the feeling of having spaced out beats and kind of little trippy stuff going on, But word of caution and advice, you don't need to do drugs to be creative and get into the zone. We do that now, drug free. So anybody out there, young or old, if you got you a habit, if you're popping ecstasy and eating mushrooms and smoking weed, you don't need it. You don't need it. And you might say, well, Lionel, this inspires me and it makes me better. I used to say the same thing. I used to think, I'll smoke, smoke a joint, smoke a spliff, smoke a blunt, at the studio, thinking, my thinking was, because it made me feel better and I was smoked out. And at the time I was in a group, it was 3 of us, we get smoked out, and guess what would happen? Yep, getting caught up in our thinking, and we weren't hearing things right. My mind gets all cloudy, and man, it's just a mess. It's so much better to come in when you're making the beat, whenever you're rapping, laying down lyrics, to just be sober and have full control of your mental faculties. God made you sober. And you might argue, well, like I said, it makes me better. Folks, if you still think that way, why don't you check the facts? A lot of people say, well, we make me feel better, and it make me better. I don't want to clown on you, but baby, come on now. Weed doesn't make you better. And if you were going to school smoked out and loped out, you couldn't pay attention in class when you're smoked out and loped out. All I'm saying is, kids, you don't need to do drugs to be creative. Now look at these hats, all right? Did them without drugs. They're going from, y'all probably can't hear it unless you have some headphones on, but the hats are going they're going around. They're not just in one spot. So, it's just something easy you can do. Okay, anyway. So let's keep on making this beat. Let's add some stuff to it now when it comes to some instruments. What I'm gonna do is record this track. Why am I gonna record it? Well, for two reasons. I record them because let me take off this loop. I record them because, for one, if I lose my omnisphere, the main source of the sound, I'll have it recorded, because this happens to me all the time. I'm always messing up my computers. A virus or whatever happens, and or for whatever reason, I lose the sound. The original sound that I start creating with is not there. So when I record them, it's recorded in there and it's solid. That's the first reason. The second reason is because I can violate this sound. I can do all kinds of stuff with it. I can reverse it. I can chop it. I can slow it down. I can do stuff with it. So that's what I'm doing here. And then also I like to record that reverb as it ends, which I could do the same thing with this, but I just like to do this, and it's something that it's a rule of thumb for me. And like I said, when I started making beats, I still am a complete idiot when it comes to, theory, music theory and all that. I just started messing with things. This is way back when I was a little kid, like, 11 years old. Anyway, so I recorded this sound. Why did I do that? Well, I'm gonna just mess around. I'm gonna flip this. I'm gonna reverse it first of all and see if it gives me anything that inspires me. Okay, so I'm not gonna keep it like that, but my point is I'm showing you that you can manipulate the sound. You can do stuff, and what I like to do is I like to manipulate the sound when I'm making a song. So I'll take, I'm going to keep it like this because I like this. But if I was doing something in my song in the beginning, I want to do some crazy, or even in the end of the song, and I want the beat just to start going all crazy and turning into some kind of monster, or doing something, I can do that because I recorded it. So that's my point. But I'm going to keep it like this because I like this sound. So I'm going to just go ahead and keep adding on to this. Folks, stay with me, okay? Here we are. Let me see. Let me just mess around with this keyboard here. You can watch me. All right. I like that, y'all. I like that. Okay. I like it. Y'all can't see nothing but my hand. I'm trying to show y'all my keyboard, but the dang background is all in the way and y'all can't see it. I'd have to and all right then. I was doing something like something simple like that, but I like what we were doing. So let me go back. Let me go on this track, and I'm going to record that just like I did the first one, because like I said, later I can manipulate it and turn it into another monster. See, I like to go ahead and leave the spaces in there, because when I come back with some vocals or something, I'm gonna be taking somebody into another dimension. They're gonna be like, like they're falling or something. Like I said, so I'm also recording it because then later I can reverse it and I can just turn this whole song into a whole nother track if I want to. So, all right then. So I got that. I'm gonna unarm that track. Go ahead and lower this one. Let's see what else I'm gonna do. I'm thinking I want to add a subwoofer. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna add a sub. Okay, I went a little crazy. Okay. I know what y'all saying. Dude, you messing it all up. I know. I'm just searching, okay? Y'all calm down. I'm just searching. We just searching, man. Look, I run. No, okay. I run this now. Hold up. Right here. Hold up. One. Oh. Yes. Okay. Yes. I didn't have to let it keep recording like that because we're not recording any WAV files. But anyway, I'm gonna go back in here and correct some of the mistakes I did because I know y'all heard all those mistakes. So let's do that. Okay then, so where do we go from here? Well, that's usually the problem. Sometimes what I do, I'll mute a track so I can turn the beat into a whole nother monster. For example, remember we started off with this Rhodes. So let me go in here to Omnisphere and let me mute this Rhodes, which we started off the beat with, and we'll just keep that. Why? Because this pluck, man, it just does something to me, and it makes me want to just go somewhere. Let me turn it down a little bit. Okay, so y'all hear that that's like a pluck, right? And then the Rhodes, it's keys. So now I want to bring in something that sustains more, like a pad or a lead or string, something like that. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm looking for. Something that sustains, that holds. And yeah, let's see what we can find. You know what? A long time ago, there was a rapper. I mean, he's still around. Brother Lynch Hung. Brother Lynch Hung. Brother Lynch Hung just corrupted me. Let's just say that. Anyway, listening to Brother Lynch Hung, I remember there was this one track, and through the whole song, it's just one key. He holds the key like this, like, and it's just like it glues everything together. See, and I like that. See, I like that, but if I just held this like that, if I just held that key like that, man, it would do it. I like that. I'll change the sound a little bit. I know what y'all saying. All right. I liked it. Now let me just go fix that where I messed up right here. Let me sustain it. Uh-oh, got a phone call. Please excuse me while I answer this phone call. It's my dad. Oh no. Dad, no. You're ruining my chances of getting pause. Please resume recording. There you go. All right, anyway. So where we left off. All right. So I used triplets in these keys, and I know they didn't record, so I'm gonna have to go and fix them manually. While I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and change the sound. and see if I can find something more. I don't know. We'll see. I could add some more stuff, but I'm not gonna get too technical. If I want to add keys later, I will. But right here, this is cool. See, because if I was to go and, mute this Rhodes, this is my verse right here. This is the chorus. And bringing the pluck. So it's not really nothing fantastic, and I know a lot of people are like, it's too slow, bro. Whatever. I thought you liked smoking weed. I thought you liked this slow. Anyways, y'all, thank you for spending some time with me making a beat. We hadn't done this in a long time. Actually, I've never done it. In the videos that I have done, I had trouble because I can't talk and do stuff at the same time. I can't multitask, y'all. Please forgive me. But look, I had some coffee, and I'm all thuggish, ruggish right now. I need a haircut, as y'all can see, and I got all this ugly sweater where the colors don't match and all that. But anyways, really, thank you for joining me. This was just, me making a beat, and if you learned something, then that's cool. Check out Abstruse Beats. Get some beats off of us. Check out Khaos 1. That is me. I got my own music. Trying to sell it. Trying to make a little bit here and there. It's for the family. So, family, thank you for joining me. Y'all have a good one.
Abstruse Beats.